It is 4 p.m. Your toddler has had a full day. Playdate in the morning, errands after lunch, background TV on and off, toys everywhere, people in and out, and now, out of nowhere, complete meltdown, screaming, crying, hitting, over something tiny, over nothing. And you are standing there thinking, what just happened? They were fine 20 minutes ago. Here is what happened. Their nervous system hit its limit. Not a behavior problem, not manipulation, not a bad mood, overstimulation. And it has been building all day. Today, I am giving you 5 specific signs your toddler is overstimulated, signs most parents completely miss, and for each one, I am giving you an exact 10-minute reset you can use right now to bring your toddler's nervous system back to calm. Let's go. Section 1. What overstimulation actually is. Before the 5 signs, 60 seconds of science. Your toddler's nervous system is not a miniature adult nervous system. It is an immature, still developing system that has a significantly lower threshold for sensory and emotional input than yours does. Every sound, every light, every social interaction, every transition, every new environment, all of it registers as input that the nervous system has to process. And the toddler brain, specifically the sensory processing areas and the stress response system, can only handle so much input before it hits overflow. When overflow happens, the prefrontal cortex goes offline, the stress hormone cortisol spikes, the amygdala takes over, and what you see on the outside is what looks like a tantrum out of nowhere. But it was not out of nowhere. It was the last straw on a nervous system that had been quietly maxing out all day. Once you learn to read the early signs, you can intervene before the overflow point, and that changes everything. Sign 1. Increased clumsiness and physical accidents. Most parents do not know this one. When the nervous system is approaching overwhelm, one of the first things that degrades is sensory motor integration. Your toddler starts bumping into things, dropping objects, falling more than usual, knocking things over. It looks like carelessness. It looks like they are not paying attention. But what is actually happening is that their brain's ability to integrate sensory input with physical movement is being overwhelmed by the total load on the nervous system. The 10-minute reset for sign 1. Proprioceptive input, heavy work, physical pressure, carrying something slightly heavy, pushing a laundry basket, bear crawls across the room, climbing on a safe surface. Proprioceptive input, deep pressure and heavy work, is neurologically organizing for the developing sensory system. It literally helps the nervous system regulate and reset. 5 to 10 minutes of heavy physical play immediately after noticing increased clumsiness can prevent the full overflow meltdown from happening. Sign 2. Sudden sensitivity to things that normally do not bother them. The tag in the shirt is suddenly unbearable. The food they ate happily yesterday is now disgusting. The normal sound of the blender sends them over the edge. This is not regression. This is not manipulation. This is the sensory threshold lowering as the nervous system fills up. Think of it like a cup filling with water. When the cup is nearly full, even a single drop causes overflow. A toddler at normal baseline can handle the shirt tag, the blender sound, the slightly different texture of food. A toddler whose nervous system cup is nearly full, the same shirt tag becomes genuinely unbearable. The sensory input that was manageable at baseline becomes intolerable at overflow. The 10-minute reset for sign 2, sensory reduction. Immediately lower all sensory input around your toddler. Turn off background noise, dim lights if possible. Remove them from a busy environment to a quieter, calmer space. Soft blanket, fewer people, less visual clutter. You are emptying the cup slightly by reducing new input so the nervous system can catch up on processing. Sign 3. Clingy and whiny without obvious reason. Your toddler follows you from room to room, pulls at your clothes, whines constantly, wants to be held but then squirms away, cannot settle on anything. Every parent finds this one exhausting, especially by late afternoon. But neurologically, this is a sign of a dysregulated nervous system seeking co-regulation. Your toddler's brain is signaling, My system is overwhelmed and I need your regulated nervous system to help mine calm down. They are not being difficult. They are communicating the only way they can, that they need your neurological support. The 10-minute reset for sign 3, connection before calm. Stop what you are doing. Fully. Get on the floor. Make eye contact. Give 10 minutes of undivided, warm physical presence. No phone, no tasks. Just you and them. This is not giving in to clingy behavior. This is providing the co-regulation input their nervous system is biologically requesting. Within 10 minutes of genuine connection, most toddlers regulate significantly and are able to play independently again. Sign 4, laughing that tips into crying. This is the one that confuses every parent. Your toddler is laughing, genuinely laughing, and then, within seconds, they are crying hysterically. What just happened? This is one of the clearest signs of nervous system overflow. When the nervous system is at capacity, the regulatory gap between high positive arousal and high negative arousal becomes razor thin. The laughing was real, but the excitement of the laughing pushed an already full system over the edge. The arousal tipped from positive to negative in seconds because there was no regulatory buffer left. The 10-minute reset for sign 4, arousal lowering. Slow everything down immediately. Lower your own voice to almost a whisper. Slow your movements. Create a calm, physical environment around them. Sit with them through the crying without trying to fix or redirect it. Once the arousal begins to lower, slow, rhythmic sensory input helps. Gentle rocking, slow stroking of the back, rhythmic humming. Rhythm is neurologically regulating for the developing nervous system. It provides predictable sensory input that helps the brain shift from high arousal back toward calm. Sign 5, refusal and defiance at everything. No to everything. No to the snack they asked for. No to the toy they love. No to the activity they normally enjoy. This looks like a toddler being difficult, pushing boundaries, testing limits. But when refusal happens across the board, when nothing is acceptable and everything is wrong, this is a nervous system in shutdown mode. The brain under extreme overwhelm does one of two things. It explodes outward in meltdown, or it shuts down inward in refusal. Blanket refusal is often the shutdown version of overwhelm, and trying to push through it, offering more choices, more activities, more engagement, adds more input to an already overloaded system and makes everything worse. The 10-minute reset for sign 5, environmental simplification and white space. Remove choices entirely. Create a simple, quiet, low-demand environment. One soft toy, one simple familiar activity, no decisions required, or even just white space. A few minutes of doing nothing at all. Lying on a soft surface, looking out a window, no agenda. The nervous system does not need more input to recover. It needs less. Space, silence, simplicity. 5 signs, 5 resets. Let me bring it together. Sign 1, increased clumsiness. Reset with proprioceptive heavy work. Sign 2, sudden sensory sensitivity. Reset with sensory reduction and quieter environment. Sign 3, clingy and whiny. Reset with 10 minutes of full undivided connection. Sign 4, laughing, tipping into crying. Reset with slow rhythm and arousal lowering. Sign 5, blanket refusal. Reset with white space and environmental simplification. Here's what I want you to take away. Your toddler is not a difficult child when they hit overwhelm. They are a child with a developing nervous system that has reached its processing limit, and they need your help to reset. The 5 signs I gave you today are your early warning system. Learn them, watch for them, and when you see them, use the reset before the overflow happens. Even catching one sign one time and intervening with a 10-minute reset can prevent an hour-long meltdown. That is the power of understanding what is actually happening in your toddler's brain. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 signs do you see most in your toddler? Which one surprised you? Comment the number below. Or just tell me in one sentence what your toddler's overstimulation looks like. I read every single comment and I genuinely want to know. And if this video helped you make sense of something that has been confusing and exhausting, please hit that like button right now. 1 second of your time helps another exhausted parent find this today. If you are not subscribed yet, please do it now and hit the bell. Every single week, I bring you honest, science-backed, zero-judgment tools for the real toddler years. You are learning your child's nervous system. That is extraordinary parenting. I will see you in the next one.